All right, we're on hole number 8 of the Southcoast tournament in the rookie division. We're in Monday's qualifying round. We're using it as a pure practice round. These are brand new holes, and I got this hole exactly once. And I used a Kingmaker here, and I brought I believe I brought, everything I was using this week has been pretty much curl stuff. So it's either been in the Quasar Katana or Kingmaker range. I do think I came here with a Quasar. My curiosity is, I ended up out in this area, but if you get way down into this hole, what's that shot look like as far as what club are you in? I can't remember if I was in my long iron range from out here. I really would rather do this shot with a QB and a Kingmaker if I can get the distance to get out here, because it's so much more accurate to get into these ranges, and it has so much more utility to it. So I'm going to try my Kingmaker here. I'm going to try my QB, excuse me. I'm going to try my QB. I'm going to take all my accurate clubs in that bag, and I am going to try a power 3 ball. Now I don't know that we need all that curl. I may be able to get it done with a Titan, and I have a whole lot more of them. This bag here is in my accurate range. I'll bring my sniper here. So it's going to be, and I've got this bag here as well. So we can try out, this may be a great hole for a big topper if we can get out there on the landing zone. So let's switch this up to a sniper. So I'm going to bring 3 bags that are exactly the same. The only difference is the driver. And let's start off with our QB and see what we can do with a Titan, and then go from there. And so my big topper, I worked really hard to get that big topper to level 5 so that I could get a whopping 24% accuracy. So it's 2.5 per ring. And you go, oh, well, extra mile is only 2.1. There's some exponential stuff going on here, because you mishit this big topper, that 2.5 becomes extremely obvious. That's the only thing about a big topper. Big topper has a great place in a lot of these tournaments, especially on those holes that are wide open where you can just pound it out there, and if you're off a little, it's not a big deal. But some of these holes here are a little trickier, and it might not work. So let's start off with the QB, because I think it will work. Let's go for it. Well, let's try out all 3 and see what the look is with a power 3 ball. And if we time out on this first shot, it's no big deal. We're just practicing today. I'd rather try and practice today and learn as much as I can and try and win the tournament on the weekend than come out here and take it serious, and you're trying to get it in there, but you're not really. Okay, so our opponent's using a big topper and they're using a Marlin. So we're using a power 3 ball. We should be able to get way down into that trough without using any. And this is definitely a hole that you do not want to use any overpower on. It is way too skinny down there. You don't have these big landing areas. This is not an overpower hole. And you may come here and make this shot and go, that was awesome. And that was awesome, except for the roll off right there. Battery's going dead. It's lucky I only have a few more holes. Okay, right in the middle of that fairway. Give ourselves plenty of room. I gave myself plenty of room from this point to this point to be able to try and curl it, because I would like it to hit right there. So I better push that forward just a titch. I'm going to do a full 3.3 ring adjustment. And then I'm going to put about half curl. There's max. I'm going to put about half curl to get it to come back to the fairway. Oh, and I hit it great on the outside, which took away some of that curl. But I still think that's enough because this club is so accurate that we can get up in there without rolling off that edge. So I think the next time I'm going to put more topspin on it. That'll force it to have less side spin. But we'll have to put more curl because we left a lot out there on the table. I'll have to see where we're at as far as our line. So we saw what our opponent could do with a big topper, and you can get out there, but I think that we can achieve the same thing with a quarterback, and it's a whole lot more accurate. It's more accurate than the extra mile or the big topper, and I'm not sure that we could consistently count on the extra mile or the big topper to get us out into that range, but the quarterback's going to give us a much better shot of being consistent with our shot. So let's see where we're at as far as distance. So we left. Now, if you take from the tip out here, let's see where we get into. So there's short iron range. If we were all the way out here into this tip, we might be in short iron range. And that would be a significant advantage. So the next time it's going to be really trying to work. I'm pretty close to minimum club. It's at 2.1 at minimum. Go right at it. A little to the right. 3.2. It's about a ring and a half. I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to hit it on the first time by. And hit it great. And it went great. Yeah, that drive shot down there, I think that's the way to do it. I left a lot of topspin on that QB on the table because I put in all that side spin. And I think I could have put in all of the topspin, whatever side spin was left, and then put on maximum curl and been able to make up the distance and went right back into the middle of the fairway. And that's going to be a pure setup shot where once we get that set, once we get that, figure out that combination between the top spin and side spin, that shot should be duplicatable, especially if we can work it where you're doing maximum curl. So if we pick a spot out there on that hole, if we pick a spot on that hole out here where our ball guide was running off in this direction, if we pick a spot out here where we can, so the next time I come here, I'm going to put maximum curl on it, and I don't care where it goes. I want to see what it'll do. So if I put maximum curl on it and I end up over curling in here, then I need to go deeper into this hole. But I'm going to find the spot out here that I can put on maximum topspin, however much side spin's left in the ball, and then maximum curl. Because if you're in a maximum deal, then it's easier to duplicate. But when you're trying to do what I was doing there, where you're like, okay, I'm going to do half, and the next time you do half and a little, and the next time you do half and a little less, and you get that inconsistency. If we could work this so that it was a max curl, we're deep enough in the hole, and we do a max curl, and we're going to end up in the middle. That's the way to set that shot up. So the next time I come here, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do maximum curl, and I'll probably end up over here, but I don't care. If I end up over here, I'm going to go deeper into this hole. If I end up over here, I'm going to go deeper in this hole. I'm going to keep doing that until I find the spot down here that, hey, when you're in that spot, you'll end up out here. Because we were right here in this range right here, and that was a long iron shot. You get to there, and we weren't very far off. You get down into this range down here at the tip, I think you might be in short iron range. And if you're in short iron range, woo, that's a big advantage. All right, this hole here is definitely a hole we're going to continue to work on because I think we can get down into that spot down there. All right, that was hole number 8 of the Southcoast tournament in the Monday practice round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.